today's topic is something which is a bit different and at the same time very relevant to all of us. Why different? Because we are talking about traditional knowledge and also something called IPR. Those who are in the field of IPR, they know that IPR and traditional knowledge are not compatible in a way, and that's what we want to talk about. I'm to talk about the traditional, what is traditional knowledge, what is IPR, and in the regime of restrictions, what can traditional knowledge based products, particularly medicines, what is it and what we should take care. So that is the kind of journey we are going to have it. Okay. Uh, yeah. This is a part of the IPR. Okay. Somebody suggested me. I always put this. Now somebody suggested me this also. Just take care. Not. I also have to take care. Don't simply lift something from somebody else's work. Never do it. Okay. Fine. Okay. Cannot be patented. Then what we are talking about? 40 मिनट 45 मिनट हम क्या बात करने वाले हैं? अगर ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज को पेटेंट नहीं किया जाता है तो बात ही क्या करेंगे? What is patent? Why traditional knowledge? These are the questions. What is a patent? Traditional knowledge. Why are we asking this question? Because traditional knowledge cannot be patented. That's what our patent and IPR law says. Okay. Let's see. As people know, or as we all of us know, intellectual property is essentially creation of mind. It is an intellectual property. So naturally, it's a creation of mind and intelligence. Entire thing, whether it's a design, symbols, logo, invention, everything is creation of the mind. And these are the ways design, trademark, copyright, and of course patent are part of it. It gives a kind of right over what you have invented. Okay, so that we. But I just wanted to make that sure that those who don't have idea of what is IPR, they should have the basic idea. Okay, what is IPR? Intellectual property right given to an inventor. He or she, if he invents and protects other under the patent or a design or a trademark. If you create a logo, you can get a trademark. If you create a design, you get a design registration. All are your right, and you can exercise right over a period of next 10 years or 20 years, depending upon the kind. So that is the IPR. That basic knowledge you should have. Okay, and what can be patented? Because patent, as I have highlighted here, patent is the most important thing because it has a direct impact on business and industry. Because patent is something related to invention. Okay, it improves the performance. It makes a product or process perform better. So that is why it is more important as compared to other things. And so, what is a patent? And what can be patented? For that invention has to be new. It should be known. It should be technology should be non-obvious and it should be applicable. वो कागज पर घोषणा है. One has to be able to prove कि ये जब भी मैं ये प्रोडक्ट या प्रोसेस लाऊंगा नया तब उसका उपयोग हो सकेगा इंडस्ट्री के लिए. So these are the why we are talking about this criteria. I am going to tell you. We are going to link it with the traditional knowledge, the definition of patent. Okay, please bear in mind. Please see this definition. Okay. So this is basically patentability requirement, usefulness, novelty, and non-obviousness. Okay, this is the patenting. You have to go through entire filter. And then this is your invention. And if you go through this filter, you come out with your patent. Okay. Now what is traditional knowledge? Talking about traditional knowledge. Traditional knowledge. As per the definition of WIPO. What is WIPO? Intellectual property rights. World Intellectual Property Rights is one of the world level body, international body in the field of intellectual property rights. Its head office is in Geneva, Switzerland, and it is a major role of educating, harmonizing everything related to intellectual property right. So WIPO has a definition of traditional knowledge. Traditional knowledge is knowledge, know-how, skills, and practices. Just remember each and every word. Know-how, skills, and practices that are developed, sustained, and passed on from generation to generation within a community, often forming a part of its culture or spiritual identity. Now, this is a very important definition. We know about it, but it's opposite. क्या है? सदियों से हमारे और दूसरे देश में लोग, पर्टिकुलर जैसे ट्राइबल लोग हुए, फॉरेस्ट लोग हैं, उनको मालूम होता है कि प्लांट फॉर एग्जांपल तुलसी होता है, तुलसी का उपयोग क्या है, क्या कर सकता है, उसको इसमें कैसे करते हैं, सभी को मालूम है, सालों साल से मालूम है, और अपने एक जनरेशन से दूसरे जनरेशन तक वो कम्युनिकेट होता है, ठीक है। So that is why it is called traditional knowledge. A knowledge which is a traditional in years, it could be 100 years or it could be 1,000 years. Okay, so then so traditional knowledge, when we associate with the biological resources, is a knowledge about a country's biodiversity. What is biodiversity? The kind, variety, and number of medicinal plants. India is one country which has a huge biodiversity. It is said that India has about 14,000 different variety of medicinal plants. India, other countries which have very good biodiversity are China and Brazil. Okay. So, traditional knowledge which is associated with biology about a country's biodiversity. कौन सा मेडिसिनल प्लांट किसके लिए यूज होता है? इट इज एन इनटेंजिबल कंपोनेंट. वो कई बार लिखा भी नहीं होता है. Traditional knowledge has the potential of being transported into commerce opportunities, providing utilities for development of products and processes. Yes, the traditional knowledge intangible can be transferred. तुलसी में से, नीम में से, हल्दी में से आप बना सकते हैं, ठीक है, बना सकते हैं, उसको बेच सकते हैं, पैसा कमा सकते हैं, और उसका पेटेंट होगा कि नहीं होगा वो अलग बात है. तो हम दोनों बात करने वाले हैं. ओके. What are traditional medicines as per the WHO definition? Now everybody knows what is WHO, and everybody doesn't talk about WHO in a good manner. But let me tell you, World Health Organization is a major body in the world. It's a present, maybe not good, but it's a big. What is traditional medicine? The sum total of
WHO.
Hello, who is speaking in that? The sum total of knowledge, skills, and practices based on the theories, beliefs, and experiences indigenous country to different cultures that are as well as to prevent, diagnose, and improve treat physical and mental illness. So essentially traditional medicine क्या है? वो ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज बेस्ड जो मेडिसिन बनाते हैं और उसका उपयोग हो सकता है, that is traditional medicine. And traditional medicines are supposed to be cheap. They are supposed to be cheap and they are. हम जानते हैं कि हमारे हर्बल प्रोडक्ट, आयुर्वेदिक प्रोडक्ट, गैस कंफर्ट एलोपैथी आर मच cheaper, and if they are prepared well, they are effective also. Cheap and effective, like this also. Like this is also cheap and effective in a lighter manner, of course, but this is not legal. Okay. ये cheap and effective हो सकता है पर ये लीगल नहीं है. तो traditional medicine लीगल हो सकता है? That we want to find out. Okay. So that's understand traditional knowledge and intellectual property. Traditional knowledge is knowledge that has ancient root and is often oral, is not protected by IP. Why not protected by IP? Why traditional knowledge in the raw form, original form, cannot be protected under IP? Okay. The reason why it should not be patented. You see the lady comes to the forest. She knows this is forest and plants are everybody, for everyone. All are medicinal plant. But all are patented. If we allow patenting of the original traditional knowledge, all are patented and she cannot touch any of them. She cannot touch any of them. How this to happen? No. ये ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज तो पब्लिक डोमेन में है, ये सबके लिए है, सबको इसके बारे में जानता है, तो उसमें नई क्या है, तो आप पेटेंट कैसे करवा सकते हैं? ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज कैन नॉट बी पेटेंटेड इन द ओरिजिनल फॉर्म. Okay, it cannot be patented in original form. And at the world level, there are several acts and guidelines being enacted to see that traditional knowledge is protected. Okay, there is one called Convention of Biological Diversity (CBD). These are applying to every country, by the way. Then there is an international treaty on patents, plants, generic resources for food and agriculture, which is popularly known as the International Seed Treaty. Then there are several resolutions under UNCTAD, and of course, organizations like World Trade Organization, WIPO, and WHO also have come out with various guidelines to see that traditional knowledge in the pure form cannot be patented. Why? Because if one patents it, it becomes a monopoly for 20 years. It is everybody's monopoly. Okay. At the national level in India, we also have our own laws and guidelines. Okay, National Biological Diversity Act 2002, our own Patents Act 1970, and there is a separate act called Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Right 2001, and we also have a Geographical Indications Act 2003. All and few others, what they do, they try to see that traditional knowledge cannot be patented in the original form. Just like haldi, just like neem, हल्दी को ओरिजिनल फॉर्म में हल्दी को पेटेंट नहीं किया जा सकता है, ये सब लो इसमें. And this is our biological diversity act. You do everything, but the moment you want to do a patenting, you need an NBA, prior approval of no National Biodiversity Authority. Biodiversity Authority should be obtained whenever an application is made for obtaining any intellectual property right, whether it's a trademark or copyright or patent. That is under section 6(1). For any invention based on any research or information resource, permission of National Biodiversity Authority may be obtained after, and then you can file the patent and then apply for the application. But before granting of the patent, this permission is required. So this is the basic law, and this law is implemented very strictly. Okay. And because of such kind of thing, you know, various battles have been successfully. Many people must remember that there are patent of haldi किसी ने लिया था, हमने इसको फाइट किया था. Similarly, basmati rice. Okay, this was so. Haldi patent was taken by the University of Mississippi, and neem was taken by European Patent Office to a multinational W.R. Grace and Company. For example, what is case of haldi? What is the case of haldi? Okay, the raw form. You cannot patent haldi like this. है सबके लिए है, आप पेटेंट करेंगे, मैं पेटेंट करूंगा, नहीं चलेगा भाई, ये सबका नॉलेज है. ओके, व्हाट हैपेंड to Indian nationals, you see our own people at the University of Mississippi Medical Center were granted US on turmeric in wound healing. Okay, का जो घाव होता है ना, उसको के लिए जानते हैं. आज की तारीख में अगर आप आज की तारीख का है, आपको पता जानते हैं कि हल्दी का यूज हम करते हैं, छोटा कट होता है, उसको हल्दी लगा देंगे तो इट विल यूज जस्ट लाइक एंटीसेप्टिक. तो सब ये ग्रांटेड यूएस पेटेंट. ओके, द इंडियन काउंसिल साइंटिफिक एंड इंडस्ट्रियल रिसर्च CSIR रिक्वेस्टेड द यूएस पेटेंट ऑफिस टू री एग्जामिन द पेटेंट. उसने बताया कि उसको पेटेंट मत दो, हम भी नहीं ले रहे हैं, ये पेटेंट किसी को मिलना नहीं चाहिए. क्योंकि हल्दी एक ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज है सालों से, फॉर इयर्स, hundreds of years it has been utilized by public. CSR argued that turmeric for thousands of years for healing wounds and rashes, and therefore its medicinal use was not a novel. And to be granted patent, it has to be novel and new and non-obvious. Okay. And our CSR, which is the Government of India organization, claimed by documentary evidences of traditional knowledge, including an ancient Sanskrit text and a paper published in 1953 in the Journal of Indian Medical Association. So when all the case was put up, the medical center argued a lot, but US Patent and Trademark Office upheld the argument and submission by our government of India, and the patent was revoked. Revoked means जो patent दिया गया था उसको वापस ले लिया. It was a major victory by government of India, scientists by the government of India. We wanted to prove one thing कि ये इंडिया का प्रोडक्ट है, हमने खुद ने पेटेंट नहीं लिया तो दूसरा कोई पेटेंट क्यों देता है? उसके रोक में पेटेंट नहीं मिल सकता है, किसी को नहीं मिलना चाहिए. नीम, जिसको हम लोग ये जो नीम होता है ना, बिटर लीव, वो नीम की बात है. नीम also was patented by somebody. The botanical name is of course Azadirachta indica, and it has an antibacterial, antiparasitic, antifungal, and lot of other good activities. Okay. And neem tree is indigenous. ये हमारा country का medicinal plant है. Also South and Southeast Asia का. Way back in 1994, the multinational company W.R. Grace was granted a patent, okay, on the neem. Again, we fought the case. We claimed that the fungicidal effect of the seeds was known and used for centuries on a broad scale in India. Medicine to fight human skin fungi and in agriculture to protect crops. It was further supported by documentation knowledge, and the patent was withdrawn by saying that it is an ancient knowledge, it is a traditional knowledge, and it doesn't have a novelty. There are several other cases also like this. So friends, the important point is that traditional knowledge cannot be patented. Still attempts are being done, but we are very alert. And as part of it, Government of India has come out with a very, very useful thing. Very, very useful thing. Government of India has with traditional knowledge digital library. It's a fantastic thing Government of India has done by Council for Scientific Industry Research, Department of Scientific Industry Research, right? What is TKDL? Traditional Knowledge Digital Library is the name. It's an electronic database which provides information on traditional knowledge existing in the countries. Okay. This TKDL database has thousands of entries. So far as my knowledge goes, by now there are about 75,000 entries have been made in a digital form in this document. What is this? All the medicinal plants and herbs of India. There will be 1 or 2 pages of tulsi. What is his botanical name? What is his origin? What is it used for? What is the structure? Why it is utilized and where it is available? Why it is a traditional knowledge? Everything is given in this. It acts as a bridge between the traditional knowledge and information existing in local language, and the patent examiners. What happens that somebody applies for a patent of tulsi, for example, in Brazil or South Africa? If they found that the tulsi is listed in TKDL, they know it's a traditional knowledge and it cannot be patented. It's a thing. Database enables patent offices all over the world to search and examine any prevalent paragraph and thereby prevent incorrect grant of patent. And as this says, TKDL access is already given to all the major countries. All these patent offices, European Patent Office, Indian Patent Office, German Patent Office, USA Patent Office, USPTO, England, United Kingdom Patent Office, Canadian Patent Office, Australian Patent Office, Japan Patent Office have an access to TKDL. They can see the TKDL and then decide whether it can grant a patent to traditional knowledge or not. It's a very important thing. If you want to know further about TKDL, you can just Google it. TKDL is a fantastic, and we must give due credit to government of India and our scientists. It's a major work. If you really want to know some further thing also, there are several publications available. This is just one of them, not necessarily this is the only one. For example, in property rights, biodiversity and traditional knowledge by Tejaswani Apte, and there could be more also. Right? Okay. What are the possibilities for traditional knowledge with health supplement? Okay. I have to quickly overview what is the huge potential of this field. Estimate that between 25 to 40% of the pharmaceutical medicines are derived from plants. Many of the allopathic drugs also have roots in the. It is also noted that 40 to 50% of medicines are direct and synthetic copies of plant ingredients. At least 7,000 medical compounds in the modern pharmacopoeia are derived from plants. And in a continent like Africa and Asia, 80% of the population still utilizes traditional remedies in a regular manner. We know about it. Worldwide market for traditional medicine, there are various figures floating around 60 billion US dollar. This shows the graph. Okay, the way it is going up, and by 2026, it is going to make a huge market. Why? Every country, whether it's a Western country or Asian country or African country, they have basic belief कि ये जो जिसको alternative medicine बोलते हैं उसमें दम है. This less side effect, and over a period of time we more to utilize. Okay, and this is another saying how big is the market. Global herbal remedy market by revenue is a big, and these are various dosage form. Okay, so tablet and capsule, powders, extracts, and others. This in this. As I say, it is growing at a compound annual growth rate. CAGR is a compound growth rate about 6%, which is very high. And these are authentic, my dear friend. These are the figures from Market Research Future as latest as April 3rd, 2020. So, believe me, Indian market is likely to reach up to 850 crores or maybe more in 2 years' time. We know the market is huge. Okay. And as in other field also, here also China scores heavily. Almost 1/3 of the global herbal market is occupied by China. You have to accept it. I went to China, I have seen China's herbal medicine and herbal supplement factories are bigger than our largest. If we went to one factory in China, it was bigger than, okay, it was bigger than Pfizer, it was bigger than large pharma company, totally herbal medicine. You cannot imagine the technology and scale. They are way ahead. There are various categories of herbal medicines in the world. There are fairly categories: herbal pharmaceuticals, herbal functional foods, herbal dietary supplements, and herbal beauty products. Tell you what, let us be clear. Herbal pharmaceuticals is the most important. But every herbal pharmaceutical is not categorized as a medicine in the world because it doesn't undergo clinical trial. But they are herbal pharma supplement, you can say. Okay, these categories are all are having a huge market. The by far the latest. Okay, that is as I said. Now this is important to understand. What is the market? In USA, herbal products can be marketed only as a food supplement. Herbal products can make no specific health claims without FDA approval. Most of our herbal or Ayurvedic medicine, what we call medicines, are being sold as a food supplement in USA. I don't want to give the name of the companies, but all the big Ayurvedic and herbal companies of India, their products are not sold as a medicine. Why? Because they have not undergone for clinical trial, and we are losing out. Okay, market is there, but if you make it a medicine, the value addition is much more. So there is a, but all these countries, Asia, China, Japan, is a huge market. So out of the four categories, urban pharmaceutical has almost 55% market share. So that is a you. What could be the different areas, suggested areas? What is the potential? Now you must realize the importance of immunity booster. Everybody talks in the crisis of any epidemic or pandemic, like corona or any other thing. It is the immunity which plays a huge role because we don't have a direct medicine, either we have a vaccine. Those people, those countries, those fraternity having better, higher immunity will be able to take care better. Everybody knows that it has been proved by now. So that Ayurvedic and herbal has a huge potential, my dear friend, huge potential for immunity booster, and don't require a Food and Drug Authority license, by the way. You can prepare a good formulation and immunity booster. Yes, it should be quality oriented, it should be pure, it should be effective, but you don't have to go for it. So it is not medicine, but it's a supporting product. Similarly, respiratory issues, similarly nutritional, similarly nervous system supplements, similarly skin and hair revitalizing, and of course external healing formulation. Let me again emphasize all this. This is a huge market in terms of multi-million US dollars, market in terms of 800 or more crores. But these are not medicines. These are supplements. We have the medicine and what can be patented. These might not be patented. It's not easy to make it. But the market is a huge. Make a good quality product. That is my emphasis. Okay. Just these are some of the examples I am giving you. These are immunity booster. If you go to the market, there are so many immunity boosters available. These are all immunity boosters. They are huge market. Everybody has jumped into the bandwagon. How many are very effective? We don't know. That we have to check. And I hope that they are good. But let me tell you, not necessarily. Not a very stringent assessment. So these are immunity booster, and these are nervous system supplement. These are not medicines, my dear friend. Again, these are nervous system supporting. Okay, it helps. Okay, it doesn't cure. Okay, then turmeric. All the based on turmeric, whether it's a turmeric with a curcumin or turmeric powder and form or turmeric ghee. Medicine for their supplement, but very good market. You can very well think about it and have a good market. Then neem-based product, Himalaya. Okay, this is Himalaya. This is by also Himalaya. This is also by Himalaya. Himalaya is one company in the field of herbal Ayurvedic, which, according to the people, is much ahead in terms of research, and actually it has many more patents as far as Himalaya is concerned, and also gone for some clinical trial also as compared to other larger companies. Right? Then this is our own company. This is a company in Gujarat, Vasu Pharmaceutical or Vasu Healthcare. This is Vasu Healthcare, which is in Baroda, about 120 kilometers away from Ahmedabad in Gujarat, is one company in the field of Ayurvedic which is very progressive thinking. I have advised this company many times. Their entrepreneurs are very progressive, and this is the research center. The big research center has been approved by Department of Scientific Industry Research about 10 years back, and is doing excellent research. Now, product, my dear friend, you must understand, they are doing a lot of research, and they come out with such kind of product. So they are research-based product. They are supplement. They are not medicine in terms of they are not undergone clinical trial, but their products are as good as medicine. It's a very simple. Similarly, these are the products, various products in the, this is meant for the diabetes. This is meant for orthopedic thing. This is for the burn. You know, this is a very typical formulation. You know what happens? You know this is the foam. When you put it on the skin, when you got some burn, it forms a gel kind of thing. So it doesn't touch the skin. It's an external formulation by our Ahmedabad-based company called Acupec Research Limited. Okay. All these were herbal supplement, almost nearer to medicine. Okay. They help in immunity, they help in disease some way or other. Okay. Then there is another category called herbal cosmetic. This is a huge market. Herbal cosmetic is another category which has huge market. Okay, as you see, market is increasing leaps and bounds. What are cosmetic and what are herbal cosmetic? As per the Indian Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940, any article intended to be rubbed, poured, sprinkled, or spread on the human body is a cosmetic. It is intended to use as an external product. What are herbal cosmetic? All the cosmetic products with the help of herbal ingredients are herbal cosmetic. Why it has a use? Because people believe that it will not have any side effect and it will be good for the body. So that is why there is a huge market, and there are number of again variety. Most of the categories are in terms of the skin and hair. That is most of the categories. Okay. Again, this is a Himalaya thing. This is Vasu Pharmaceutical. This is by Patanjali, and there are many herbal products. Whether it's a supplement, I am talking about medicinal supplement, which has physical ability and revitalization and cosmetic. Everybody can think about it. My suggestion and strong advice is that go for a research-based product, make the formulation effective, don't take any shortcuts, and take care of the few guidelines of the Food and Drug Department. Okay. This, for example, this is one of the cosmetic product, which is a very different kind of cosmetic product. It's a cosmetic product, it's a medicine product. Again, by Acupec Research. This lipstick is a nanotechnology based lipstick. It has a vitamin B12 and it has a hemoglobin. You know, all the ladies and girls in our country have a low hemoglobin level. They are anemic. Their hemoglobin level is very low. So what is this supposed to do? You apply on the lip. The ladies can apply on the lip. It goes into the body and it helps in increasing the level of hemoglobin. This has been tested. This has been patented, and this has got an award at the national level and state level also. This has been invented by one lady entrepreneur, Dr. Rina Gokani. This is the photograph of the award. It got it last year. Okay, so this kind of product you should think of. Yes, you can have this kind of product. You can think of this kind of product also. The market is there for waiting. There are certain things I will like to strongly suggest against, because herbal and Ayurvedic field are open. There is a lot of misuse. Do you believe in magic? Many of the Ayurvedic herbal or so-called Ayurvedic herbal products are promising the moon. They are posing as a kind of their magic remedies. Don't, my dear friend, don't go for it. Okay. The questions or claimed by some of the alternative medicines. I have nothing against an individual company like miracle cure. Everybody is suggesting miracles. Like somebody says apricot seeds kill cancer cells without side effects. Who can prove that? A cancer patient, if he or she unfortunately tries this out and doesn't do any other medicine or treatment, he or she is in danger. We can. There is an act in Indian government called Magic Remedies Act. Under all this is not allowed. But this keep on happening. As a learned people, we all should be away from that. Make use of herbal potential. Make use of potential of the herbal products, but don't go into such kind of cheap alternatives. These are not the right thing, and never do that. It spoils our image. It spoils our image as a people who are knowledgeable people. It spoils the image of the country also. Never offer medical cure. Like Chyawanprash, there are Chyawanprash is excellent quality, but there are many Chyawanprash which are nothing. They don't even, half of the things are not even amla. So don't go for such kind of product. There are excellent variety of Chyawanprash are available, but there are equal number of Chyawanprash which are nothing but eye wash. So don't go for these things. My strong advice is that don't go for such. Don't go for cheaper and miracle cure. So we established that there is a good market for herbal products. herbal supplement, herbal cosmetic. And I also suggested various ways, various segments. Can we patent it? Can we patent a herbal medicine in the how if we want to? What are the ways out and what is coming in between? Okay. For example, a gentleman called Koka inherits a traditional knowledge with respect to Ayurvedic formulation for improving immunity. He is in the family, so he has got a knowledge for improving immunity and promoting healthy living from his forefathers and etc. After researching on the formulations, active ingredient from 3 of the formulations and prepares tablets for enhancing immunity. Can his invention get a patent? Now, these are the questions being asked. Let us see. This is the definition to get a patent. New, non-obvious, intensely applicable. Okay. And I am going to show some of the slides. These are purely indicative to just tell you in India about whether we can get patent or not. This is very authentic, but at the same time it is authentic, indicative. Okay, let us see. Let's say Tulsi. There is a natural herb. It is not patentable. Why? Because it is a traditional medicine. Everybody knows about it. It is in the public domain. It is for everybody. Just like haldi, just like neem, just like Tulsi. In a raw form, cannot be patented. Then you do extraction, a process. Now that process in India is patentable. If you come out with a new kind of process, right? In India, we have product patent as well as process patent. So if you can prove that your process is a new, you can get patent on that process. Then out of this process, you get a compound X. Again, in India, it is not patented because Indian Patent Act says that it is not very much different than the original traditional medicine. It is still in the public domain, not patented. Then you do some structural modification in the compound. Original herb compound X not patentable. Then you do structural modification. That process again of structural modification is patentable if you can prove it as a new. And the compound you ultimately get after structural modification may be patentable because it is very different. Now this is an indicative, but it is a very authentic way of doing it. And this we need to keep in mind. All those people who want to go for patenting natural herbs should keep this in mind. You have to go to the entire process and get the patent. It is not impossible. It is difficult, but you have to do it. You can research it. You can work hard. You can do it. If you do it, it's a huge potential, my dear friend. Compound X, we saw that it's not patentable, right? Okay. Then you mix it ingredient A. Again, method is patentable. Okay. And a composite you get by way of mixing of compound X and ingredient A might be patentable if you prove it isn't. Okay. Patentable, and this is patentable in medicine. Now, this is a very important thing to understand. This is the way I am suggesting to patent if you are keen to go on patent. Otherwise, don't expect patent to get. Okay. Again, further, compound Y is patentable, right? Compound Y we got it after structural modification, so it is patentable. Okay. So compound Y is patentable, but in case patent act doesn't allow use of compound Y as a patent. Now, this is something which is a complicated thing. You have to keep in mind what is patentable. Compound Y treatment Z disease and having structural formula is under. You have to put it. Those people are in the patent field. They will know you have to put it in this manner, and it is patentable. This sounds a little complicated, but it is little complicated. It is definitely little complicated. But if everything is easy, what is the fun? There are two things here. Herbals are not patentable. We all should agree with that. We don't want to compromise on traditional medicine, but we should work hard and not difficult. We should work hard and come out with such kind of compound, such kind of composite, and make patentable and make money also. Okay. If you want to know further, we can always guide you further. There is also excellent manual by the Government of India, Office of the Control General of Patent Design and Trademark. This is an official document. It says guideline for processing of patent applications relating to the traditional knowledge and biological knowledge. You can go through it, or you can talk concern any of the right kind of people. Again, I am repeating, medicines are not in a raw form, but you can work on it, do research, change the do the structural modification, and you can get a patent. And once you get a patent, huge potential. Okay, fine. Chinese are way ahead, as I said. They're mind-boggling in the field of herbal medicines and patentability. They are mind-boggling. Chinese patent medicines are 46% in the world. They are lion's share. Why? Because China's patent law is a little loose as compared to India. And multiple herbs, they call Fu Feng. In a single herb prescription, they say Dan Feng. Something which is not patentable in India, they are patenting it, which is unfortunate but true fact. They are getting away with that, and China, but they are doing good work also. Let me tell you, China is doing fantastic work in terms of doing some real research also. Technology is very high, unlike many of our so-called herbal traditional medicine units where you can go, you don't. There are many of our small-scale units in many. Gujarat is better off, and many other states are better off. Still, in Gujarat and other states also, there are many small units in herbal which are not doing well. They are unhygienic. China is not there. They are excellently doing. They are doing well. So you have to admire that part of it. China is way ahead in terms of herbal medicine in the world. It is, say, it has a market share of more than 60%. Maybe it is much more than 60% also, right? So what to do? Patentability is not easy for traditional medicine. So what should we do? You have to be smart. What is being smart? Okay. Now, traditional knowledge are not patentable. The uses are known. Dosage form are known. So how come you can overcome this prior art search? Okay, prior art. You come out with the new techniques and new processes. You do novel dose forms and come out with the new uses and new approaches. Can you do this? Yes, you can do it. Okay. Patent medicine, you do something different. Okay. Then you go for extraction. There is a huge market for extraction. There are different in India, in South India, particularly in Coimbatore, there are various institutions and companies which are doing excellent work in extraction. In Gujarat also, in the southern Gujarat side, there are a few companies which are doing very excellent work in extraction. Extraction is a global plant extract market is estimated at US $23.7 billion in 2019, and it is likely to grow much at a higher rate in the next 5 or 6 years. So you can go for extraction, you can get patent on that extraction process. This is another suggestion I am making strongly, you go for extraction market. Okay, India has both process and product patent. Product patent may be difficult in herbal market, but go for process patent. Okay, acquire process patent. It's not that difficult, as I showed you earlier, and get value addition from the vast treasure of medicine and herbal plant in India. Okay, another way to do this, this is the process. Invent something new. Processes. Market compound isolation, fingerprint approach, use of chromatography techniques, enriched fractions, and newer extraction techniques. So you be smart. You can always do it. Don't say herbal medicine cannot get patent. Go for process patent. Go for extraction. Okay, and go for it. And excellent opportunities in the world because Western science and traditional knowledge can come together. And you can see now, both are working together now. Everybody wants to see how traditional knowledge can be done in a modern way. Okay. They are very keen to adopt, assimilate, and absorb herbal medicines. Okay. And new scientific techniques are also being applied to traditional medicine in the search of modern drugs. So there is a huge thing there is a National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicines in USA, which has a huge budget, and it is doing work on this only, working on new scientific techniques to apply to the traditional knowledge. So, my friends, there is a lot of potential to go for it. Okay, so this is the strategy. We must work on a closely, intensively, and passionately to develop herbal products for advanced medical treatment. Okay, and try to patent the findings, whether product or process. And you can also then go for higher category of drugs like cancer or chronic respiratory. There are possibilities. Western world is working on it, and many more people are also working on it. Some of Indian government is working on it, but this is a tougher thing. Okay, fine. So this is the opportunity that I will conclude in a Ayurvedic and herbal field. Strategic step: you do standardization to requisite testing, do some overcome prior art, get the IP protection to the extent possible, and then position and promote as a medicine. And then you can have such a medicine where you can get thousands of dollars, and patent may be granted in a lighter way, of course. Okay, my dear friend, I stop here. This is something you should take into account. You must make proper use of our treasure. Thank you so much. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure.
So yes, participant, now the forum is open for question answer. You can post your question over here as well. As well as you can unmute your mic and ask the question directly to the mentor. Meanwhile, sir, some of our candidates have posted few questions.
Okay.
Before any candidate starts, I would raise their questions on behalf of them.
Fine. Sure.
One candidate has asked a question: if we make some medicine with the mixture of traditional knowledge medicines, are they eligible for patent?
To my slide. Okay. Answer try to go from this. You make a medicine from traditional knowledge, natural herb. Let's say example of tulsi. So if you read, then you can get a patent. If you reach this stage, you cannot get patent, or you can get a process patent. If you prove, again, I will go back. If when it is something is patent, when you prove that your innovation is new, non-obvious, and applicable. Okay, so applicable is fine, but it should be new and non-obvious. Fine. Natural herb is not neither new nor obvious, so you cannot get patent. Compound X, still it is not new and obvious because very near to natural herb, not patentable. But if you prove that it is really different, structurally modified, or come out with a compound which is really different from original thing, then you can get a patent, otherwise not. Second thing, when you utilize the word medicines, yes, you can utilize the word medicine because it is going to help in some kind of curative or helping disease or well-being. But officially, it can be called drug only when it is approved by Food and Drug Authority. So you can call it a medicinal supplement. So again, if you do all these things, you can get patent. Otherwise, you.
Sir, okay.
Next question.
Thank you, sir. Sir, next question is, one candidate has asked a question that once something is published by TKDL, can anybody take any IP rights over it?
No, not at all. In fact, TKDL is meant for that. It's a good question. I'm happy that you asked. Traditional knowledge digital library is a digital database which has been created for the very purpose to tell the world that in India, this 1 lakh or 75,000 medicinal plants are there for hundreds and thousands of years. It is known to everybody. So when it is known, it is not a new thing. So one cannot patent it. Once it is published in a TKDL, not patentable. No country, no patent office of any country will give a patent on that.
Okay. Okay, sir. Sir, the next question by another participant is, what were the arguments advanced by the patentees in the turmeric case?
Okay, I think I think the slide. I have shown the slide very clearly. The patent was given to the Mississippi University for the application of wound healing. घाव को बराबर करने के लिए, मरम्मत करने के लिए उसको पेटेंट दिया गया था. ठीक है. Council for Scientific and Research protested against the very fact. He said, yes, turmeric is a very effective in healing the wound, but it is being known in a country like India since hundreds and hundreds of years, and government could found out various documentation, including our shastras, including couple of books, including various drawings. We showed very clearly that it was already being applied in ancient period also for the wound healing. So it is, since you asked the question, I will just add it. The specific example was like this. You know, when a mother gives birth to a child, and the mother are with what is called umbilical cord. Okay. Now, if that umbilical cord is cut, then the child. In today's era, we got antibiotics and antiseptic. What used to happen hundreds of years back when there was no antiseptic? Turmeric was applied when that umbilical cord was cut between child and mother. Such description of there in our shastras, along with the drawings of Rusumunis and Vaidya. These, along with other documents translated in English, were shown to the US Patent and Trademark Office, and they immediately accepted. They said, yes, we don't. This is a traditional knowledge known for hundreds of the years, so it cannot be given a patent. This was the basic argument done by CSR and revoke the patent on Haldi herbal. Okay.
Okay. Sir, another question by our participant is, what are the regulations to sustain natural plants on the earth? Why most of the existing companies in India with formulation but doesn't do clinical trials and not having IP on their plant-based?
Sorry, it's a long one. Repeat it or break it.
Sir, it has multiple questions, so I will break it. What are the regulations to sustain natural plants on the earth?
Oh, I already, I think, anyway, I already shown my slide in world and India both. There are regulations. Like one of the basic regulation is Biodiversity Act. Okay, India has a Biodiversity Act which regulates very it is regulating the use of our. This is the National Biological Diversity Act 2002. And Farmers Act 2001, and Patent Act itself does it. Whereas at the national world level, there is a Convention of Biological Diversity (CBD) and International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture, popularly known as International Seed Treaty. This is the main act. National Biology Act is the main act, and as I said, prior approval is of National Biodiversity Authority has to be obtained before going for anything. And Patent Office, of course, Patent Act itself prohibits. Okay, that's it. Okay, so these are the regulations, and they are very well laid out regulations. They are implemented very strictly, my dear friend. Okay.
The same candidate has asked another question. Why most of the existing companies in India are focused with the formulation but doesn't do clinical trial and not having IP on their R&D products?
Right. Yeah, that is the point. There are first reason is that doing clinical trial of herbal product is not any product, any medicine is not easy. Herbal product is a little more difficult because no, these are natural materials. Every time in synthetic, okay, you'll be able to come out with the same quality, same parameters, same standard. In herbal, it's a natural thing, so there is some variation. So that is one of the reason difficult. But difficult, it doesn't mean you cannot do it. The other reason being is that, with due respect to all our companies, the people, the fact remains that they are not trying very hard. They should try very hard. What happens, if you don't do IP, still in a herbal supplement, there is a big market and they get good money. So difficult path is not taken, efforts are not made. That is unfortunate fact of Indian traditional market, medicine market, herbal market, herbal products and drugs. It's a fact. Some companies are doing, like as I told you, Himalaya is considered to be. I'm not saying the other are doing. Himalaya considered Vaidyanath is going well, or Vasu Pharmaceuticals is doing well. But still we are lacking. They are doing. They are not doing it because we have to work very hard. But if you do it, doing it, we can take advantage from them. Okay, next question, please.
Sir, one candidate is asking, there are many pharmaceutical companies, right? Manufacturing the herbal products. So how actually we can check whether those products are actually herbal or not, and how we can say that one company's herbal product is better in terms of quality compared to others?
Uh, well, the question has some validity because what has happened that as compared to allopathic medicines, the herbal products market is not that highly regulated. Okay, and lot of companies have jumped into the bandwagon. So you go by two or three things. First thing, uh, it has to be licensed company. Just like in allopathic, Schedule M is required. In Ayurvedic and herbal, Schedule T is required. There is a schedule under Drugs and Cosmetic Act, and every food and drug authority in every state has a Schedule T implementation. So just check that whether the company is Schedule T or not. Now, another thing is that Department of Ayush, Government of India. Now, the Department of Ayush is doing excellent work. Ayush means Ayurvedic, Unani, homeopathic. No, Ayush, the word Ayush comes like this. All the alternative medicines. Ayush is a combination of the word. For Ayurvedic, Y for Unani, Yavan and Unani. So Ayush is a department of Government of India. Check with Ayush. Try to check with Ayush. And so I'm happy that you asked this question. Try to check the credentials of the company and then go for it.
Sir, another participant has a question that what are the three best countries for the export of herbal products? Countries for exporting the herbal products.
If you want to country.
Yes.
Okay. Look, the best countries are, of course, European and USA, because they don't have a base of Ayurvedic and herbal. Okay. Many countries like China, Asian countries have a very good base. African countries have a very good base. Gulf country has a reasonably good base. Asia Pacific country have a good base. All these countries have a good Ayurvedic herbal base. So they have a lot of local products of their own. Even Japan has a lot of local products. Japan also is a big user of Ayurvedic and herbal. So Western countries don't have the base of herbal and medicinal plants. So they are the way, but of course, you have to be careful. You have to be strict. Even if you sell as a herbal supplement, still you have to be very stringent about it. And at the end of the day, I would say the best countries, I have not said best three countries, but best countries are Western countries. Whether it's Europe, in Europe there are 35, 40 countries, USA and such kind of UK. They are the countries having a huge potential for herbal and Ayurvedic products. And you can, let me tell you, it's not difficult. You should never get afraid of doing some hard work. You should do it. And many small and medium companies are also exporting their products to US and European market. Herbal products, I am saying. Okay.
Okay. Sir, another candidate has raised a question. Can standardization of manufacturing process of traditional products can be patented or not?
Standardization is not patentable. Process is patentable. Okay. Standardization is what? What is standardization? Standardization, just like any pharmaceutical, I don't know whether that person is a pharmaceutical person or not. What is standardization? Standardization is that the same thing you can repeat. The standard operating procedure are there, but process is patentable. So you should come out with a standard process, prove that that process is new, not known to anybody else, and you can patent that process. In fact, I have suggested in my presentation that process patent in the field of herbal is a huge potential, just like extraction. Extraction is a process, it's not a product. But you come out with a different kind of extraction and you patent that extraction process, and people will come to you to get the process patent or process know-how.
Sir, actually, that question was raised by me. The problem was that in our institute, we did certain work with some traditional knowledge, which was in the tribal sector. And now that in tribal production process, the methods were not standardized. Here we standardize the method, like how much will be the time for fermentation and this type of things. But the process was more or less same, only the standardization was done. And then scientific validation about its what are the chemicals available. And now, is it patentable?
What you are asking? What do you want to patent? You want to patent a process?
That's what I want to understand. That was basically a manufacturing process for a special wine, a red rice wine.
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
So it was a manufacturing process for a rice wine. Now, rice wine is available very commonly in India traditionally, but they use some different type of variety and try to find out some different type of effect. However, that some effect was shown in other countries also, in Thailand and all.
Look, let me tell you one thing. If someone has come out with a new process to manufacture rice wine, yes, rice wine, you say rice brine?
Rice wine.
Rice wine, okay. Somebody has come out with a new process to manufacture rice wine. Okay. Yeah. Now, if you or that institution or a company is able to prove that the new process is really new, and so far nobody has come out with such a kind of process, one thing that is that can be done through prior art search. Okay, so there are some processes which are nearby, but if you can prove that this my process is different in terms of parameters, that is one thing. Second thing, you also have to say okay, by utilizing this process, the final product is a better product. Okay, the final product, the rice wine is already available, but because of my process, the final product will be better in terms of manufacturing. By these two counts, if you can prove the novelty, newness, and its applicability, then you can get a patent on that process. This you have to go through this procedure, right?
Okay, then in traditional practice, actually, their operating parameter varies. In our laboratory, they standardize the operating parameters. That was the only thing done. Otherwise,
actually, I know in my last two, how to overcome prior art. Okay, they are not allowing because a lot of things are already in the market, public domain. So come out with a new process. If you can prove that my process is something really different, okay, then you can do it. This is a smart way of doing it. Like this also different step.
Okay.
It's a different advanced process and something different. Use of chromatographic techniques, characterize, and all this you do and do it. It's a good potential, and I'm happy that you're working on it. I'm sure you will get a success. Just go on trying. At one stage, you get a new process, get a patent. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Sir, another question is that you have very well explained, but still one candidate has asked if we make some medicine with the mixture of traditional knowledge medicine, are they eligible for patent or not? Yes, mixture of medicines.
It's not patentable. Uh, this criteria so again, okay, you have to do some structural modification from the nature thing. Otherwise, this not patentable. Even in the normal product also, forget herbal or Ayurvedic, you cannot simply take two different products. You can get the
If
new
the results are synergistic, then definitely, and if it is, has a novelty criteria, novelty non-obviousness, they can
exactly.
definitely go. But if the results are just a add-on, not a synergistic, I think patent is not.
That is the right word, add-on. It cannot be simply add-on. And product, it is more important because it is just like microbiology. You cannot patent a bacteria. You have to structurally, genetically modify it. Okay. Similarly, is a natural herb. You have to go all the way and then to get a patent. Okay.
Sir, another candidate has raised an interesting question. How can a merchant exporter export branded products like Chyawanprash from Dabur or a Zandu? He is not a manufacturer. He is not a Zandu and Dabur, but still he is a merchant exporter and he want to export this product. How he can do it?
You want to export products of Dabur and Zandu.
Yes.
That is a purely B2B domain. That is a business to business. He can very well approach Zandu or Dabur or such kind of companies. And normally large companies, they export directly. Okay. Normally what happens in exporting, uh, the smaller companies, they do indirect exporting, that is through merchant exporter. But the larger companies have their own setup, their own division, their own people in other countries also. So it is quite possible that Dabur and Zandu will have their own export division and their own people who are exporting directly. Still, nothing wrong in approaching this company, or I would suggest that rather than trying to a very large company, one should approach the middle level company. And there are very many middle level companies making good herbal products. One should approach the middle level companies. Tell the company that I have got very good network in outside countries. Show them some of the proof and say that I am interested in taking up exporting of your product and negotiate the thing. And I am sure that something will work out. You can approach Dabur also, but Dabur the possibilities are less because they have their own export division, in-house division.
Okay. Okay. Sir, one more question we have is it possible to file patent for the isolation process of any molecule from plant material, but there are previously plant available? The process is different from the previous patents or the previous knowledge.
If process, as I said, if the process, one can prove that the process is new, process patents are available easily, comparatively in the Ayurvedic and herbal field. All this, no, this all process patentable. Okay. So if one comes out with a different process and proves that it's a new process and also useful in producing the final product, then process is patentable.
Okay. One candidate has raised a question whether prior approval needed from National Biodiversity Authority for traditional knowledge associated with any bioresource used for specific products.
Yes. National Biodiversity Act of 2002 of India is a very strict. Sometimes people say, "Arey, ज़्यादा ही strict है," but it's very strict. As I told clearly, before the patent is granted, the patent office will ask, give us the permission from National Biodiversity Authority. You can apply. You and me can apply for patent, whether it's a product or process based on traditional product, herbal product. But before the patent is granted, either you should get permission or the patent office will ask for the permission. They will not give a patent unless and until one has a permission from National Biodiversity Authority. They are very strict about it and they work together. National Biodiversity Authority and patent office, they work together. So it is not that one company, one organization doesn't know about the other. So you have to, in short, you have to take permission. There is no option.
Okay. And one candidate has raised a question. Traditional remedies used by tribal people are eligible for getting patent or not?
No. How can it be patented?
Hmm.
They are utilized by the tribal. That is why it is public domain. They are natural herbs. Traditional knowledge cannot be patented. What we are talking about is a traditional knowledge. If you patent it, what they will do? The same tribal who has found out this use, they will have to pay for it. They will have to pay a very high amount of charges for the knowledge which they have acquired themselves. How can it be patented? And that is the reason. That knowledge is of their knowledge, and that knowledge is of everybody. They have allowed us to utilize that knowledge. How can we charge them? No.
Hmm.
My dear friend, not that. Okay, I think we already crossed. I am happy there are a lot of good questions. It is already 5:15. Amit, I don't mind, but it is 5:15.
Okay, okay, sir. We have just one
I
last
don't mind
question,
taking
sir.
one or two questions. I don't mind. Not a issue. Not a problem. Fine.
We have just last question,
Fine.
sir. One candidate has asked, can we propose the patent on the new therapeutic indication for traditionally active herb? New indication of traditionally known herb.
Sorry, new therapeutic use.
Yes, new therapeutic use of already known herb is patentable or not?
Now, gray area. This gray area. Look, as Indian Patent Act is concerned, Indian Patent Act, as Amitabh, doesn't allow patenting of new application of the same product, same drug in allopathy, for example. See, when Western countries are allowed. In USA and Europe, you may get a patent if somebody comes out with a new use of the existing compound. In India, Indian Patent Act, as of today, so same rule applies to herbal medicine also, but there is some gray area. So I would suggest one thing. As on first, my first answer is no. It is not possible. First answer is no. Okay,
Sir,
but
question is the herb having the different active ingredients?
no, there are different things. Whether the same product as a new, suppose there is a herbal supplement. Now, whether the same product can be utilized for diabetes also. So whether that of diabetes of the same herbal composition is patentable or not? No, it's not patentable.
Okay.
Right? So that was the question, right? Yeah, my pleasure.
So, thank you very much, sir.